We're gonna jump straight into the land of Dawn. Bella, Arashi, we're here. Alter Ego on the blue side, starting on the orange buff. And this is a very interesting start for ONIC.
Yeah, it is. With the Grok with high-end dry, not the Marksman one, but the high-end dry, along with Harry with a high-end dry emblem as well. So both of them will be going for the backline, obviously, with these two things. And these Suns, I think like they mostly having the same kind of emblem like usually one. Well, for the side of team ONIC, I think like with this combination coming from
well
Suns
played.
and also Keyboy, they really need to play aggressively towards Alter Ego Esports, especially into the jungle.
You see Pi there just denying away EXP from Boots, using Udo's presence, but Kyrie comes in right here. The Litho, though, will go into the hands of Alter Ego. And in the mid lane, you can see this Farsa pick, a bit of an issue, at least early on, for this Kadita. Later on, you already see it like it's the similar pattern. Udil and Rizal going for the Purify. So ONIC need to be very careful with their crowd control. Yes, they have technically 3 sources, but Boots can be carried away from. Keyboy needs to land something very very surprising, and Suns' damage takes a bit of time to get through. So for now, Alter Ego will have to have the advantage until ONIC can just find those death bush moments to try and pick off Alter Ego Esports in the Vision game.
Yeah, you're right about that one.
Ooh.
So far, whoa, in low lane, Rizal actually receiving quite a lot of damage coming from the side of CW, but Harry
Wants to look for more. Has the cutthroat, will not go for it just yet, but like you said, Rizal is getting bullied. Even though he is in the winning matchup, remember, the only reason Harith wins is with trades. If you go for all-ins, the carry definitely has more to say, and we're seeing that. CW basically forcing all-ins almost every single trade.
My concern right now is in the EXP lane, right? The gold lane, of course, is important, but usually they don't mind being the losing side. On the EXP lane, Boots and Pi, right? It's a different matchup, but look at that burst damage coming in. That's a first blood for Boots.
Udil displaced by the dash. Keyboy gonna be chunked low. Sully Boy down. Kyrie still making his way onto the turtle as Pi tries his best to reset it. But here it is, Kyrie coming back into the fray. Keyboy charging the Tyrant's Revenge on towards Pi. Gets it, the Retribution as well by Kyrie to secure it. Boots bringing Rossi back to the team and mobilizing him and Pi. But it is just Boots solo for right now. ONIC choose to back off.
Look how he's zoning out everyone. He is 1 versus 3 to the side of Alter Ego, and he is just so nastily tanky going against all of them. And the setup that is coming again by Suns!
Sully Boy not given a space to play. Even Udil bringing the Purify will mean you cannot get out of the mobility that Kyrie has. And on this Fanny, he is popping off.
This mid lane Kadita, though, from Suns is just doing so much work, denying Alter Ego any kind of aggression by picking them off, always having the first move. And we all know that Alter Ego, they don't really do well reactively. They want to be the team dictating the movement, but they don't really have a winning lane they can use to try and bully ONIC Esports into submission. The EXP lane is controlled by Boots on the glue, as we all know, very oppressive in the lane, and the mid lane is controlled by Kyrie as Keyboy goes in for Rossi here.
Bouncing ball, and sounds with the Petrify as well. Rossi gonna be slain here as Kyrie pops into Cutthroat. Jumping onto Sully Boy right now. Free hitting, no lockdown whatsoever. It's CW who picks up the kill with the flicker forward. As Kyrie walks back into his own jungle, ONIC are controlling the pace of the game 100% of the way so far.
Yeah, they are controlling everything, even 5-man movement to the mid lane to actually secure the kill here towards Alter Ego Esports. And leaving Rizal along with Pi to focus on their lane when they know that actually they are not having a lot of things.
Look at the goal difference, just Sully Boy and Kyrie. What a discrepancy, man. Almost 1K so far. And if you look at the levels, he's also a level ahead. So Kyrie is doing really well. 2 levels ahead right now. A lot of burst damage, but also full control in the neutral objective game. And having a Ruby means that you cannot be the aggressor. You cannot find those pickoffs and stuns. So Alter Ego, they're just waiting for a chance. And they're just stuck waiting for ONIC to make the first move, which they have plenty of.
Sully Boy just losing in the pool game again. The turtle pulled onto ONIC side. Boots now with a slam pass and a split. Going to be able to disrupt the entire team as he jumps onto Rassi with a wild charge onto the backline. But Pi will fall to the cutthroat, to the damage and the steel cables of Kyrie. Keyboy going to be able to escape just for a bit as Rival pops in his on force. Kyrie still looking for it, gets it, and baits Rizel in for the taking. The fadeaway. CW doesn't even need to look at his opponent to slay him. ONIC 9-1 on the board, 5,000 gold lead.
This is very confusing coming from Alter Ego. I think the communication is not coming really good. The steel cable, it's focusing over Udil, but Udil still using the wings by wings. Everything's still safe here for Udil, but Udil was confused to join the war previously.
There's a lot of threats on ONIC Esports to try and zone him away, so he is usually given some space at least to try and position for a fight, but you can see that he is usually using his feathered airstrike from so far away because he is afraid of the retaliation as Keyboy once again becomes the main target, but it's gonna be the wrong one!
Wow, the Tyrant's Rage finding two. ONIC with a 6.5k gold lead. Yes, Boy was able to secure the purple buff, but with his life, at the cost of his life, as Keyboy jumps in back onto Udil. Udil's gonna be able to find some compensation here, getting some trades down on the board, but Pi isn't gonna pull the trigger just yet because of the lingering threat from ONIC in that back line. They're just so good at utilizing their frontliners, but always having the constant threat of the back line that can always just pounce in front.
If you look at the items right here in the in-game equipment by Dunya Games, you can see that CW has a lot of damage already, and Kyrie has even more already rushing for the Malefic Roar. And Sans, despite only having a Clock of Destiny, has more than enough damage. So in this early game, not a single person, I think, is able to just stay in the front line and take any kind of burst damage. They are trying to build for their respective defenses, but if you can see, Rassi having a Dreadnought armor means that he can get picked up by Sans. So the mix of physical and magical damage is being abused completely by ONIC Esports right now. And until some items gets built up, Alter Ego Esports will not be able to gain any control as it's going to be 7k gold lead.
Oh my god, 7,000, and CW was having 6,500 gold already. He's leading and even having like 2.5k higher gold rather than this Rizel was doing, actually, despite that he's being bullied, he's still doing a pretty good movement. But after the movement and also the pressure, the continuous war that is being brought by this ONIC, it's just unstoppable, and they are even securing the turtle again while pushing back Boy Boots. Again, he's zoning everyone from the side of Alter Ego.
Rock waves, petrify, everything used. Not even everything. It's just a few abilities, but Rassi, the frontliner, will fall. Now Pi waiting in that bush, but it's gonna be him spotted out. Again, ONIC are doing so well with this composition. You know, now I have a question, right? Because looking at the comm, I honestly just feel like ONIC have built themselves a better comm. Why did you go for Alter Ego, Arashi?
I thought that with the crowd control they have, they're going to be able to dominate harder in the early game and get a lead that way. And this composition from ONIC, like I said, is very strong right now, and they're completely using it to take all the objectives, all the jungle camps as well. But I did think that if they fall behind, it's going to be a different story. But for now, that will not even be close to the case. But I'm offended by Rassi.
Only onto Keyboy and Boots, the frontliner. ONIC staying chill. It was a flicker, burnt out. There's a ha emote as well. Keyboy's favorite this season. As he pops into Time's Revenge, channels it, gets cancelled out. No, he actually dashes away. CW going to be able to invade, taking the orange buff away, not giving Alter Ego room to breathe at all.
Never give them chances to breathe at all. And we can see that actually Carry, this is also one of the things that I like about Carry. If there is no big war, he's just going to be collecting all of the golds that is possible, doing the split push, doing his job to actually be ready for the next war. So he's just taking care of everything right now, while the rest of the player of Team ONIC trying to seek for an opening for the rest of the player of Team ONIC to try to pick up the member of Alter Ego Esports. And Sally Boy, I want to really talk about this guy. He's been picked off for 5 times.
5 times, because he hasn't been the front to try and abuse the crowd control immunity. But with ONIC Esports having a lot of damage, the crowd control is death itself. So it's not really helping him in any situation as the Lord spawns right here, and ONIC will be able to get it. Alter Ego just stuck trying to find ways to stall the game. They can't even enter the jungle without fear of getting completely destroyed right here. So 11.4k gold lead gonna increase even more. And I dare say once ONIC recovers and resets after this, they're gonna be looking for a chance to once again maybe dive into the back line or go and deny all these turrets and start very systematically picking apart Alter Ego Esports.
Crazy. How is the presence coming from the Kadita along with Keyboy already making a threat? Despite that they are not there, it's already like being a scare moment for the side of Alter Ego. They just scrapping over gold here. They are not having the ability to get out from their base because they know if they are showing their presence, there will be tons of following up resources that is going to be used for them. And now the Lord is marching into the top lane. High ground wise, are they going to be able to hold all of this despite they're having the Farsha?
They do have a Farsa, they have a Harith as well, they have high ground pressure to play with, but again, the base turret passive in the mid lane has been cleared out already. They're looking for the top side now, and they have a 13,000 gold lead, so they might not even need the minions. Boots again, jumping in, but the air attack comes in, that's the Petrify, the rock waves. Oh no, Petrified, wow! That wasn't the Petrify used early. He delayed the usage of the Petrify, and it was just amazing. Sans, my goodness, this man, always with his instincts and his mechanics. ONIC, 13,000 gold lead, still has waves to play with. Did you see the delayed Petrify?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was good.
It is.
He goes for the full combo and the Petrify afterwards to ensure that Udil gets taken out. And for good measure, Boots comes into the fray as well. So the dive potential in the back line is something that ONIC Esports is putting to good use. Udil is not getting to have any kind of impact. The moment he presses on the feathered airstrike, that is the key, the signal for ONIC to go in. If you look at his items, he's forced to build a steel leg plates here. Only a Clock of Destiny, not even the Lightning Truncheon. But while that's happening, you see the Athena shields already built up prematurely for ONIC Esports, which means that once he has some items, it still won't be enough at all. ONIC has the gold lead and the items to just shrug off the bulk of the damage that Alter Ego is banking on using to get that comeback potential in their pick-off gameplay.
Even Charlie's gold is less than this Kufra from Keyboy. That is just so hard for them to even collect anything on their hand. And talking about late game potential, we know that carry will be definitely a huge problem here for the side of Alter Ego because Kairi, coming from ONIC, is just diving in all the time to the backline. What can they do? Even Kibo is standing there. No one wants to go for him. No one wants to actually try to execute the kill towards Keyboy.
Well, what they can do is go for the crowd control and use that. But that is the one segment where they have a lot of advantage in the number of crowd control tools they have. But the problem is they lack out in burst damage, so ONIC, they don't even stick around. Like here, for example, Sans, he takes some damage, but he just goes in and backs away, but he gets caught out.
There you go. That's the good old Sans, right? Yeah, he is mechanically gifted. Yes, he has the instincts, but sometimes those instincts fail him and he gets punished. Luckily for him, ONIC were able to secure a Lord, so it wasn't a 100% loss. It was a loss that they were able to trade back with something on the map, right? Here though, main focus, CW. We're entering that later stage of the game. 14,000 gold lead means the gold laner is full build already. 13 minutes, full build carry. GG, no?
Well, he has the Windtalker as well as the Athena shield, so the Farsa Feather Airstrike danger is mitigated. But of course, Pi still builds a bit of damage, might be able to pick him off later on. It all comes down to the execution, and now with the Lord marching in, ONIC, they usually thrive in these situations, right? Breaking apart Alter Ego, ensuring that they can get the pickoffs that they need, but they're actually pulling back away from the Lord. What is going on here?
Oh, I think like they really want to prepare for the ward to happen, and the Lord charged to the top lane and able to secure the base turret. But again here, Odell still have this Terrasect to try to stop the movement coming from ONIC itself. But in the bottom lane, I guess, they will try to dive into the Sally Boy. No, they're just focusing over the objective here. They don't care about the big war. They just want to play as objectively as they can.
Keyboy going in there. Very interesting move, but ONIC with a brilliant micro management on the mini waves. Again, the wave manipulation. Here's Boots jumps in with Immobilize. Gonna be able to find Rizos. That's gonna be the Purify popped in. The rough waves by Sans as well on the back line. Kyrie, Cutthroat, able to finish the gold laner off. That's a split flip. That's Sans falling, but at what cost? Rossi with Immortality popped in. Boots gonna be able to buy the Immortality just in time as well as Keyboy jumps in as well. He's gonna be knocked up. Kyrie waiting for the energy to walk back up as Keyboy is able to escape from that, but is gonna be pulled back. Brilliant, brilliant! Actually, bait there as Boots is able to soak in the base turret damage. Now, Pi and Udil left to defend. CW still full
Carrie's
HP.
back.
Kyrie is back, and they are gonna go for the end. The Cutthroat and even the cancel. 17,000 gold lead was what they ended with. My goodness.
Non-stop movement, non-stop diving towards Team Alter Ego here. Without the Kage from ONIC, turns out they're still beating the two Kages from Alter Ego. And they're still having quite a hard time. I might say this is, to be honest, this is a one-sided game from the side of ONIC towards Alter Ego.
It's a completely
It's a stomp.
one-sided game, for sure. 17,000 might be the highest amount of gold difference I've seen. Period, I think. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. And considering it's a team like Alter Ego, who has a crowd control, who has done crazy things before, I feel like the difference in class